Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A local fair is shut down after a reported shooting, but we know so far. A national movement makes its way to the state line. The community gathers in an effort to stop gun violence. And the summer staple is back, all the fun in Belvedere to celebrate the start of the season. Good evening, I'm Taylor Castro. Thanks for joining us tonight. We begin with a developing story out of Loves Park. Activity at the Rockford Speedway is canceled after a reported shooting. The Speedway was hosting the Rockford Town Fair this weekend. As a precaution, the fair has been shut down for safety reasons. Officials are expected to hold a press conference Monday. We'll bring any new information on air and on our website, mystateline.com. The city of Freeport will officially have a new police chief. Monday night, Chris Schemberger will be sworn in as chief of police by the mayor. He was appointed interim chief back in April after the retirement of Chief Matthew Summers. A bill on Governor Pritzker's desk seeks to stop price gouging on generic drugs. It would allow the Attorney General's office to take legal action if a manufacturer bumps prices by more than 30% in a year. The same goes for 50% spikes over a 3-year period and 75% increases over 5 years. If signed, it would take effect January 1st. The measure does exempt companies if production costs force price increases. Pharmacists say the bill is far from a cure-all.
We're still not completely addressing one of the biggest aspects of the influence of the increase of drug prices, and that's the claims and pricing setting that pharmacy benefit managers have in this space.
Lawmakers also plan to lower the maximum price on a month's supply of insulin from $100 to $35. The Rockford community joins a nationwide movement that unites people in the fight against gun violence. The Walk the City to End Gun Violence in Rockford took place this afternoon. The Rockford area Moms Demand Action and Ending Violent Crimes in Rockford groups co-hosted the event as part of Wear Orange Weekend. It also follows National Gun Violence Awareness Day. Organizers say the goal is to unite the community to find common sense solutions to stop gun violence, as well as to honor the victims and survivors.
The story of this is Hadia Pendleton, a 15-year-old woman, was killed in 2013 after attending President Obama's inauguration, and her family wore orange in her honor. Orange kind of symbolizes protection and safety. You see a lot of hunters wearing the color orange when they're out hunting. And so orange really became a symbol of this movement after her family wore it. And we see people across the country and here today wearing orange.
The event was followed by multiple speakers. The honor walk started at Trinity Lutheran Church and went to Swedish American Hospital. People impacted by gun violence and gun reform advocates are united in Highland Park this morning to support mass shooting victims. The community is 1 month away from marking 1 year since the 4th of July parade shooting that claimed 7 lives and injured dozens of other people. A gunman opened fire on parade goers from a rooftop with an assault-style rifle. The Highland Park Strong Half Marathon, 5K, and 1-mile races are raising money for the Highland Park Victims Fund. The event coincides with Wear Orange Weekend to End Gun Violence. Belvedere has officially kicked off the summer season. The first Buchanan Street Stroll of 2023 took place this afternoon. There were vendors, food trucks, live music, and no shortage of activities for families to enjoy. The event is the first of 3 Buchanan Street Strolls that will take place this summer. Organizers say it's a great way to gather the Belvedere community.
We love attracting people to downtown Belvedere. We have some great businesses here on Buchanan Street. We have Jack Rose Bar, we have La Costa Bora, so we have great food, we have vendors down here. It's just a nice chance to bring people down to showcase the downtown area.
The other Buchanan Street Strolls for the summer will take place on July 23rd and August 20th. A malfunctioning signal system is being blamed for a catastrophic train derailment in India. More than 300 people were killed in the crash Friday night, and hundreds more are hurt. Officials say an error in the electronic system caused the train to wrongly switch tracks, leading to a collision with 2 other trains. President Biden hopes to meet with Chinese leader Xi Jinping as tensions between the countries continue rising. The top White House national security advisor tells CNN a meeting will happen at some point in the future. Earlier today, the U.S. said a Chinese warship nearly collided with an American ship in the Taiwan Strait. Defense officials accused a Chinese plane of a similar aggressive maneuver last week. A State Department official arrived in Beijing today to discuss key issues between the two countries. President Biden signed legislation that lifts the nation's debt ceiling, averting an unprecedented default. The bill is a culmination of weeks of high-stakes and high-profile negotiations between the White House and Republicans. While the president is saying in a first-ever primetime Oval address that it's proof Democrats and Republicans can work together, many lawmakers are expressing outrage over the agreement. Lucas Tomlinson has details from the White House.
President Biden signing into law a bill to raise the debt limit while cutting back on some spending, touting the bipartisanship needed to pass the deal through Congress.
Passing this budget agreement was critical. The stakes could not have been higher.
The legislation triggering opposition from many Republicans, saying the agreement does not limit spending enough to justify extending the government's borrowing limit.
At the end of the day, this is still adding $1.3 trillion of debt to our national debt, burdening my grandchildren, fueling inflation.
And while Biden acknowledged not everyone got what they wanted in the deal, some of his allies are expressing disappointment in the concessions made by the White House.
This is a bill that weakens us in the fight against climate change. It takes food away from hungry people. It makes students who are struggling on student loan debt locked in harder on making their payments.
Approval in Congress relied on centrists in both parties.
And this agreement avoided default and puts us on path to pass the appropriations bills, fund the government, and go forward in a normal process.
The legislation imposes stricter work requirements for food stamps, claws back funding for unspent COVID relief, and also prevents Biden from extending the pause on federal student loan repayments without approval by Congress.
We walk away with spending cuts. We walk away with permitting reform. We walk away with work requirements. We're growing the economy, clawing back COVID funds, saving taxpayers' money, and limiting the growth of government.
America's credit rating may still take a hit. One rating agency says it will keep the nation's AAA credit rating on its negative watch list.
After a strawberry moon lit up the night sky yesterday, another celestial wonder is providing an encore. Tonight, Venus will reach its highest point in the sky. It will shine brightly for hours after sunset, appearing like a nearby star. Venus is often called Earth's twin because of its size and density, but thick clouds on the planet create a greenhouse effect, causing average surface temperatures to exceed 850 degrees.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
It was a very warm afternoon, not only across the state limit, also across a pretty large portion of the country, with some spots making their way well into the 90s. A little bit cooler in some areas than where they were yesterday, especially when you look in downstate Illinois. Locally, things were a little bit on the cooler side when you looked further out to the east. There are areas we did see temperatures only make their way closer to that 80-degree mark, whereas further out west, Savannah at least hit the 90-degree mark earlier today, making it now a couple days in a row that they have seen 90 degrees. In Rockford, we hit 91 yesterday. We've only made it to the low 80s here for the afternoon today, with some of that slightly cooler air when you look further out to the east. Many spots are still seeing those temperatures just a little bit cooler than where they were 24 hours ago, including about 10 degrees cooler than where we were just this time yesterday here in Rockford. We are still seeing those fairly hazy skies from wildfire smoke that's been moving in from parts of southeastern Canada as that's continuing to make its way into our area, leaving us with some of those hazier skies across the area. These are not actually clouds that we're looking at with our SkyTrack camera. That's actually the wildfire smoke that's up in the atmosphere, making it appear as though it's a little bit on the cloudier side. However, that wildfire smoke will continue to work its way through the area as we get into the day. Tomorrow, we could see a few patches where we get through and we see some of the more of that sunshine, but otherwise, we still should be seeing some fairly hazy skies as we get into the afternoon tomorrow before we eventually start to see that clear as we get into Tuesday. Some of that smoke has been drawn a little bit closer to the surface, leading to some poorer air quality in some spots. We are actually seeing those unhealthy air for sensitive groups really across a large portion of our viewing area. So that means if you are labeled as one of those sensitive groups, make sure you're limiting some of that time outdoors as the air quality is not so great today with some of that wildfire smoke being drawn to the surface. Outside of the smoke, though, things have actually been quite clear across the area. We've seen some showers and even a few storms popping up well off to our east, but those will or off to our west, but those will remain further out to our west as we get into the overnight hours tonight. Leaving us with those clear skies other than some of that haze. Our temperatures falling back down into the 50s overnight tonight, just a little bit cooler than where we have been for the last few nights in a row. Down to 55 degrees for that overnight low. Once again, the hazier skies, otherwise mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. We get mostly sunny skies once again as we get into the day tomorrow, but once again, that haze does remain possible as we get into the afternoon. A little bit warmer, at least here in Rockford for the afternoon, getting back up to 85 degrees for that afternoon high. A little bit lighter on the winds than we have seen for the last couple of days as well, with winds shifting both from the east and then coming out of the north for the afternoon. Futurecast continues to keep the rain showers well off to our west. Mostly clear skies tonight. Actually, this model shows many spots falling down into the low 50s for that overnight low. If skies remain clear just a little bit longer, I think that's possible for a large portion of the area. A few additional clouds as we get into the day tomorrow. We should remain fairly dry other than maybe a few spottier showers that come in late tomorrow evening going into the early part of Tuesday morning. Those spottier showers could stick with us as we get into the afternoon and evening hours on Tuesday, leaving us under mostly cloudy skies. Going into the middle of the week, a blocking pattern is going to set up, and this particular blocking pattern in the upper levels is called an omega block. It's because it resembles the Greek letter omega, with the high pressure here, a couple of low pressures off to the east and the west of that high pressure. That's going to keep our skies pretty clear for the middle of the week, and also temperatures a little bit on the warmer side going through the middle of the week as well. Normally for this time of year, we would expect to see temperatures in the upper 70s and the low 80s. We're going to be pretty close to that once we get into the middle of the week after another warmer day on Monday with highs back in the mid 80s. Very few chances for rain in the forecast going forward, but we do have that small chance late Monday going into Tuesday. Otherwise, we're not really seeing many chances for rain until we get into the later part of the end of the week. Temperatures in the meantime remaining close to normal.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
The Denver Nuggets clearly have a massive advantage here with a 1-0 series lead. They opened their first ever NBA Finals appearance with a pretty convincing win over the Miami Heat. But the chess match between Nikola Jokic and Jimmy Butler continues. Nick's all-around game allows him to beat opponents in multiple ways. He can easily drop 40 points, just as he can dish out 15 assists, both of which we saw in Game 1. Miami talked about needing to up the level of physicality, and the shooting has to improve if they want to put themselves in good shape to even the series. But the same goes for Denver.
Some possessions we play amazing, some possessions we didn't play good. Some quarters we play really good, and I think that's basketball. That's why it's a live thing. You cannot predict what's gonna happen. You know. Yes, of course we're gonna be better, but we're gonna take 1-0 for us. You know, so. Just being a focus for 48 minutes, I think that's going to be the key.
Game 2 gets underway here shortly. You can watch all the action unfold right here on WTVO at 7. Now the White Sox finished off their series with a sweep of the Tigers. Jake Berger hit a walk-off grand slam to seal the deal 6-2. The Cubs are looking to make up for last night's lackluster performance. So far, they are on the right track. 5-0 the score right now in San Diego. And what a weekend it's been for the Hendricks family. He gets his first strikeout yesterday, and today gets 2 more along with the win. All of it happening on National Cancer Survivors Day. If that's not storybook, folks, I'm not sure what is. Now, the local golf season is in full swing here in Rockford. One of the first big tournaments of the year finished up today, the Atwood Crosstown Classic. Here's where things ended up. The first of 2 rounds was played yesterday at Ledges Golf Club. Today was another beautiful day for 18 more holes of golf at Atwood Homestead Golf Course. The final group to tee off today included the veteran Jamie Hogan. He made a few great approach shots through his first stretch of holes to help make some pars. He shot an 80, which left him tied for 6th in the championship flight. Peter Jr. was the man at the top of the leaderboard with a 2-shot lead heading into today's final round. He's from the Rockford area and played for Guilford back in the day. He told me he doesn't golf as much as he'd like to anymore, but you certainly couldn't tell this weekend. He finished tied for 3rd with a 4-over round today. Robert Dolfelmeyer was trying to defend his title in this tournament. He had a rocky start with a few bogeys. The greens were rolling slower and the putts just weren't dropping. He finished the day with a 3 over 75 to finish tied for third. Justin Christensen played another solid round of golf to take solo second at 1 over. Cody Reimer won the Atwood Crosstown Classic at even par with a final round score of 70. Congratulations again to Cody. Here's just one more look at the final leaderboard. Reimer finished the weekend at even par. Justin Christensen fired off a 73 today to take solo second. Peter Jr. and Robert Dolfelmeyer sit at 2 over, tied for third. And Reed Anderson rounds out the top 5 at +3.
It's officially summer. It's been a toasty week and weekend.
Yeah, temperatures were in the 90s for a couple of days in a row, and that's the first time that we had 2 90-degree days in a row since last August. It wasn't quite 90 for today. We only made it to the low 80s, at least here in Rockford, but some spots further west did see that 90-degree mark once again. Now, as we get into the rest of the night tonight, skies are going to remain a little bit clearer, well, other than the haze and the smoke that we've been having on the First Warn Interactive Radar from Rockford Auto Glass and more. We continue to see that smoke and haze as we get into the night tonight and going into the day tomorrow. We get temperatures back into the mid-80s for at least us here in Rockford, but many spots across the state line as well. A cold front does bring us another chance for some rain, not a very high chance for rain, and very isolated showers Monday night going into most of Tuesday, and then temperatures are a lot closer to normal as we get into the middle of the week with very, very few rain chances until we get into next weekend.
Thanks, Jordan. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 10.